If you've ever been to the San Bernardino Mountains, you've probably noticed they're kind of flat. It's really not so much a mountain range as a big plateau that's been lifted up. So why is that? Well, basically, it's thought that the surface up here is basically the same land surface as we have in the Mojave, and this land surface has been sitting and eroding to a flat plain basically since the time of the dinosaurs, maybe 60, 70 million years ago. Geologists can prove that because we have looked at crystals like the mineral apatite, which is a calcium phosphate mineral, but it contains trace amounts of uranium, and that uranium decays over time, and when it decays it makes alpha particles, which are basically helium nuclei. So a small amount of helium gas actually accumulates inside of the crystals. Now helium is a rare earth, helium is a noble gas, totally different thing. It's a noble gas. You know, it'd rather be floating up in balloons rather than sticking around in a crystal. So if you heat up those crystals over maybe 150 Fahrenheit, that helium will leak out. It turns out there's some more complicated things as to the exact temperature it comes out at. But basically the crystals on this plateau that scientists have looked at contain still all the helium that you would expect if nothing had really happened to them since the Cretaceous, showing that this plateau here has basically just been sitting here, not really doing much. It hasn't eroded more than maybe a kilometer down since then. So a model for what maybe scientists think happened here, we made a little block model here in the sand. So here's a little drawing. There's a little line here that's supposed to represent the San Andreas Fault. So north would be that way. So the Pacific plate is here moving up this way, but because of the bend in the San Andreas Fault, it's pushing up against here. So imagine this rock here is the San Bernardino Mountains, and it's being pushed up from this side, and the whole plateau is basically being pushed up a ramp. So this ramp here is basically the thrust fault that the San Bernardino Mountains are being pushed up on, and the whole block is pushed up to be a more or less flat plateau that's then uplifted. So we have steep mountains around the north side of the San Bernardino Mountains and around the edges, but then the top of it is just this flat block. Okay, so till next time, see you guys around. Sorry, a little experiment here using the backwards facing camera, since you can't switch camera angles mid-film for some reason.